Evil Dead Rise is great, and certainly one of the best horror movies of the year. It has some scenes that are insanely frightening and gruesome, but it didn't reach the standards of the 2013 Evil Dead, which was genuinely horrific and terrifying. It might be because of how things were portrayed in both the films, such as a demon being unleashed in a remote cabin is different compared to an apartment in Los Angeles. Even with that change of pace, with the location and storyline, the makers found extraordinary ways to incorporate various nods to the Evil Dead franchise, like the curiosity of a character, releasing the Kandarian demon, getting cut from the book, trapped characters trying to fight their way out, projectile vomiting, the shriek of the possessed, chanting Dead by Dawn, which is the title for 1987 Evil Dead 2, Raining Blood, and obviously, the chainsaw. The film has some individuality of its own, where, in the opening sequence, Jessica rips out Teresa's scalp off by her hair, finding the Book of the Dead by an earthquake, playing the record of the inscription rather than reading it from the book, using wires as vines for the demonic possession. Also, the initial dialogue by possessed Ellie is literally an epic foreshadowing of the climax, where Ellie says,
"I wanted to cut you all open and climb inside your body so that we could stay one happy family."
And eventually Danny and Bridget climb inside Ellie and become the ultimate three-headed deadite in order to devour Beth and Cassie's souls. There's also this hilarious scene where Ellie is locked out in the hallway, jumps right on Gabriel, who is Ellie's neighbor, and bites off his eye, then spits it out into another guy's mouth. That was the only scene where the audience went hysterical and found it quite comedic, which adds to the madness of the entire scenario. From that, Bridget's possession was a lot disturbing to watch, with the vomiting of maggots and black liquid oozing out of her orifices, eventually eating glass, to getting stabbed through the mouth by Cassie. Even that doesn't stop her, and proceeds to projectile vomit blood on Danny and kill him through stabbing. Now comes along the most gruesome scene, where possessed Ellie is being ripped apart by Bridget and Danny, only to climb inside her and complete the transformation of the three-headed deadite. Absolutely horrifying. While all of this is going on, Beth and Cassie hop in the elevator, which gets filled with enormous amount of blood, reaches the maximum capacity, and drops down to the parking lot. And there's a huge blood flood, with Beth and Cassie in it, a reference to The Shining. Then, we get a reveal of the three-headed deadite, which is now after them. Finally, Beth kicks the deadite into the wood chipper, and it starts to rain blood from their remains. After that, as soon as Beth and Cassie leave the building, Jessica, who lives in a different floor of the same apartment, gets possessed by the demon, and the evil rises again. That's sort of the entire movie basically. Overall, the movie was great, gruesome, and ghastly. Considering the storyline and the characters, however, it may not live up to the 2013 Evil Dead. But we can't really compare these two, as every other movie of the franchise has its own way of dealing with these elements. So, both the films are terrifying in their own ways. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.